Good evening. I call the West Mead Township Board of Supervisors meeting for May 2022 to order. Roll call.
Jordan?
Here.
Chartle?
Here.
Bovard?
Here. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please note that all supervisors' public meetings are subject to public and/or private audio and video recording. Public comment on agenda items. Is there any public comment on the agenda items tonight? Okay, hearing none, please note that public comment will also be received during each agenda item and at the end of the meeting. I'll entertain a motion to approve the April 12th, 2022 study session minutes and regular meeting minutes as presented in our packets. Anyone want to make a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Jordan?
Yes.
Chartle?
Yes.
Bovard?
Yes. I'll entertain a motion to accept the treasurer's reports for April 2022 and approve the payment of bills in the amount of $190,419.71 subject to audit.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any discussion?
Paying the bills.
Roll call.
Jordan?
Yes.
Chartle?
Yes.
Bovard?
Yes. Okay, moving on to the municipal reports. Police Chief Chip Brown.
Good evening. For the month of April, we had 100 complaints received. 98 of those were cleared. There was 8 hours spent in the school zones. 169 hours was spent on traffic watch and patrol. 87 hours was spent on office and reports. There were 68 and a half hours spent on investigative time, with 21 hours of miscellaneous time. 61 hours of training. There was a total of 56 traffic stops, with 33 citations being issued, 25 for speeding, 3 for stop sign, 2 for driving under suspension, 1 for driving without license, 1 for inspection violation, 1 for unregistered vehicle. There were 23 warnings issued, 7 for speeding, 5 for stop sign, 4 for faulty equipment, 2 for expired registrations, 3 for inspection violations, 1 for ATV on the roadway, and 1 for obstructed windshield or license plate. We assisted the road department once, we assisted fire and EMS twice, and we received 4 calls from the general public. There were 2 reportable motor vehicle accidents investigated. There were 6 animal complaints. There was 1 child custody issue, 2 civil complaints, 1 endangering the welfare of a minor, 1 arrest for outstanding warrant, 1 fraud investigation, 2 criminal mischief investigations, 1 theft investigation, 1 physical assault, 5 domestic or disturbance calls, 1 disorderly conduct, 3 harassment complaints, 1 missing or attempted to locate, 3 suspicious vehicle checks, 1 business or residential alarm answered, 1 call to assist citizens, and 1 911 hang-up call. Total miles of all 3 vehicles was 1,995 miles.
All these handled by our department?
Yes.
How do you handle the license plate? If you come up on a car that has a faded license plate, I see a lot of those lately.
If the person's plate is like it's peeling off, they can go online and get a form that needs filled out. They can bring it up to the police department. The officer will verify the plate, sign off the paper. They can send it into Harrisburg, and Harrisburg will send them a new plate.
That's not a citable offense, is it? I mean, by that being.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the person's fault that
Right.
they got a bad batch of plates.
Right. Oh, okay. Yeah, I just kind of wondered on that.
But it also, it also goes back to it takes that person has to make that request.
Sure.
Any other questions or comments for Chief Brown? Thank you very much for your report. John, with the road report for the last month?
Yeah, from 4/12/22 to 5/10/22, we finished up the plow damage repair on both sides of the township. And we also started basically what I call a spring cleanup, sweeping the streets and cul-de-sacs and fire departments and stuff like that that we plow and try to maintain through the winter and clean them up in the spring. We also went around and did the cleanup of all 3 parks, and we had a fair amount of winter damage, basically trees down, branches and whatnot. And we've actually started to actively mow the parks and get ready for our summer rentals. And we have been back in the back here. We've been prepping a site and trying to make an area where we can house gravel in the summertime and annisket in the winter. And what it is it's an old metal structure that was given to us. Basically, it was scrap, and we resurrected it from the scrap, bought some beams and whatnot. So we've been trying to put that together, and we're trying to utilize some blocks that we had bought over the years and made bins. So if you want to take a look at it, it's out back, and we're just trying to do it as cost effective as possible. So we've actually been cutting some trees and brush and trying to daylight roads for our 2022 paving season, which has been over on Arthur Hill, Graft, and Graft Ave extension there, and Meadowland. We've gotten permission to take down some big pine trees over there on Meadowland that we're creating a lot of shade on the road, and you'll see when you look at the road that it's mainly made the road just come apart at the surface, because of the freeze-thaw problem. We've also had a number of calls for people asking us to come pick up bagged leaves and discard those. And then, of course, we've had a number of plug drains and pipes that we've had to address over the last month. And as everybody probably all well knows, we did a joint project with PennDOT on Smock Bridge. They handled the traffic in Vernon Township and the city of Meadville and West Mead Township. We attacked the bridge and the cleanup of the sidewalk. And I have to throw that out there to the others, PennDOT, city of Vernon, their help. We couldn't do it without them. So I say thank you to those department heads who realize that we need each other. We've also been repairing some of the barricades at our dead-end streets, because some of the barricades have been coming apart over the years. The posts are rotting off, the boards, the backing boards. So we're trying to fix and rebuild some of those spots as well. And we've also been cold patching on both sides of the township right along here. So we've got that in pretty good shape as far as at this point. So other than that, that was our month.
Mike, any questions for John?
Nope.
I guess I just have one question. You just brought up about the dead-end streets, and I've noticed this a while back, and I forgot to ask. The end of Boone Street, there used to be a guardrail there. And here within the last 2-3 years, you replaced that guardrail with some cement blocks.
Yeah, well,
Curious as to-
when the changes happened there with the power that was needed to go down over the hill for Dollar General, part of the agreement with the one resident on the right there, I'm not going to mention the name, but part of the agreement was they had a hard time backing in or out of their driveway because of that barricade.
Gotcha.
So we extended that and actually put a culvert pipe in there to carry the water from one side to the other, and actually pushed it back, and we put those I believe, if memory strikes me right, those are decorative stone, and we put them down there so that, one, that they look presentable, and two, you know, it gives somebody something to get up against, because we plow down there, and we plow to that, but you gotta have something to shield or barricade anybody from going over that bank. And it just was harder for us to recreate that wooden structure. It was easier to put the cement barricades there, and it just seems to work. And, you know, everybody was,
Always been meaning to ask you.
yeah, that's why we did that, because we needed to get them a little more room so they could get in and out of their driveway.
Makes sense. Okay. Jill with the zoning report for the month.
For the month of April, we had one residential shed permit for $6,490, one commercial addition for $121,000, and one commercial building for $1,385,500, for a total value of $1,512,990. So that was the zoning for April, and then we've been working on cleanup day, trying to get people to clean up, take things to cleanup day.
Any questions for Jill? Thank you very much. Need my glasses for this. Moving on to the one item of business on our agenda. The roadmaster and the secretary represented West Mead Township at the joint road work bid opening on May 2nd, held here at the Township Building. And Jill, would you please read the bids?
I'll read the low bid. We
Okay.
did receive 7 different bids from 7 different contractors, and the low bid was for Shields Paving. Item number 1, the leveling course, this is all for pavement for blacktop. The leveling course was $101 a ton. Item 2 was the wearing course for $102 a ton. So the total amount for the contract core work is $176,764. Then we had an additional item that was an option, that's for Clark Road. That's in conjunction with the city of Meadville, because it's a border street. But the leveling course was $101 a ton, and then the wearing course was $102, so they gave us the same price. And the option work contract total was $18,195.
And to be split in half, correct?
Yes, for the option portion of it. We're paying the whole core work.
Joe, the prices that we got for our blacktop in the cities, is they pretty comparable tonnage, I mean, per ton?
What do we see?
You mean as far as like being $101? Yeah, because last year we were at $68 a
Right,
ton.
yeah.
So this is a lot more because of
The price
the
went up.
index went up
Right.
from Friday to Monday when we opened the bids. So a lot of the bidders were redoing their bids
Yeah.
come Monday morning. But you look, you know, it went from everything, that was the low at 101. I mean, the high was what, 157?
Yeah.
So,
They were about the average, Mike. We opened all the bids for everybody here. They averaged just as what you're seeing right
The
here.
shields clean up with most everybody's, the only thing, no?
No, they didn't, who got?
no, it was like half and half,
Yeah.
because,
Who got the other?
Let me think, Lindy, or, the city got Lindy for that down there, but that's not part of this. But
No.
I think Jason said that they got,
Sante
Sontag.
got some,
Where's
Bob
Sante?
Baker got some others, and
Iowa, I think, okay, Sontag, or
down towards Newcastle,
Yeah,
Mercer,
yeah.
somewhere down that
Yeah.
direction.
That's a new one, I've never seen that.
yeah.
Protect got,
Protect.
I thought, didn't Protect, wasn't that who got Woodcocks?
I believe, yeah. I'm trying to remember.
That's why it was kind of across the board, it wasn't like one got everything.
No.
Plus, we had some seal coat in this too.
Not a lot, but some. Cambridge, wasn't it Cambridge that was doing it?
Yeah, Cambridge and East Fallowfield had seal coat only, and it was
The
quite
Union-
high, 195 a
The
ton.
Union,
Yes.
Yes, Union was the other one that was
now who got the seal coating?
suit coat.
Seal coating.
Mhm.
Okay.
And it was like 195,
Yeah.
give or take.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Hmm, hmm, hmm.
prices are, all hit the nail on the head.
Okay, at this time, I'll go ahead and entertain a motion to award the super pave contract for core work on Meadowland Drive, Graff Street Extension, and Arthur Street for $176,764, and the optional work on Clark Road for $18,195 to Shields Asphalt Paving, Inc. for a total of $194,959. The Clark Road portion will be split evenly with the city of Meadville, as it is a border street.
Yes, I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any more discussion?
I will tell you that we've been back and forth with Nathan, Jill and I both over this, and the word that we got was to continue to move forward. So, because that street's been a mess for quite some time. So, and I know that they're gonna try to make some changes at the top of that street to make that transition coming off Clark Road onto Liberty Street a little bit easier, so.
Okay, any other discussion? That's gonna be paid with liquid fuels.
Yes.
Roll call?
Jordan?
Yes.
Charles?
Yes.
Hoover?
Yes. Okay, we have some notes. Cleanup Day will be held at the Crawford County Fairgrounds on Saturday, May 21st from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. We will not be accepting propane tanks, loose shingles, or uncontained small items. We will accept batteries. We will not be accepting computers, televisions, or other electronic items. Those can be taken to Lincoln Recycling. They do charge a fee for those items. Additional information can be found online at westmead.org or by calling Jill or Mary here at the Township Office, 814-336-1271. Next note, the French Creek Council of Governments tire recycling event will be on Saturday, September 24th, 2022, from 8 a.m. to 12 noon or until the tire limit is reached. That'll be at the fairgrounds as well.
Yes.
That'll also be at the Crawford County Fairgrounds. And for more information on that event, please go to frenchcreekcog.org. And the final note, a modification request has been received to amend the agricultural security area, which includes property currently enrolled in the program located in West Mead Township. Anyone who would like additional information or to be included, please contact the zoning officer, who happens to be Jill Dunlap, at 814-336-1271. There will be additional meetings and notices scheduled for this project. Is there any public comment at this time? Hearing none, we'll move on to Supervisor's final comment. Mike?
I have nothing tonight, John.
John?
The only thing I have is I sure hope people, again, take advantage of our cleanup day. It takes a lot of time and effort on our end to get this thing put together, and it's a long one-day deal at this point. I don't know whether we'll ever get back to 2 days, but I know that last year we had a successful cleanup day, and I'm looking forward to hoping that this year will be just as successful. There's a lot of properties out there that could stand to be cleaned up, and, you know, for what we do for this, I just hope people take advantage of it. That's my hope. So,
I would also like to encourage our residents and even business owners to take advantage of our cleanup day. Come up there and see if we can keep John and Mike on their feet.
yeah.
It's always a challenge.
Yep.
Quit beating a dead horse, Donnie. That was 5 years ago.
Entertain a motion to adjourn.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll second that motion. Oh.
Yes, we have to adjourn to an executive session to discuss litigation, potentially.
Wonder.
Litigation. All right. I guess I made the motion to adjourn. John seconded. Roll call.
Yes. Yes.
Charles?
Yes.
Hoover?
Yes. Thank you very much. Have a nice evening.